Hello everybody and welcome back to Planescape Torment. I'm your humble host Tim. In the previous session we discovered that this dodecahedron is actually a diary of a version of myself that has lost its memories. So it was like an incarnation of myself beforehand, which was pretty much very, very insane. We also found out that in order to get to Ravels Maze, we needed a piece of her. We found one of her daughters, so we have a bit of her blood. We have the notes which were used to understand the language within the book. And now, from reading the dodecahedron, we found out that my previous self did something in the sensorium, but also left a legacy, basically a will, with the number AA51. So we're going to head to the magistrate's office, the advocate's office, I believe it is, and find out about that.
I'm gone.
The advocate is actually the father of the ghost in the mortuary, who was my girlfriend in a previous life, I think. I haven't really worked that out yet.
Done.
You see Giannis. He turns, fixes you with a tired gaze. There's a dark sack beneath his eye, and he looks at you. Greetings, Giannis. You again. What is it you want this time? I had some questions for you. What is an advocate again? Legacies. Actually, I believe I have a legacy for you. The legacy number is 51AA. He looks at you in surprise. That's an extremely old, are you certain? Shocked, I hope that wasn't one of the ones that was burned. Burned? Yeah. Oh yes, this office was a target of a senseless act of vandalism a year ago. And we ran a break-in here in the offices, and the vandals' sole desire seemed to be to burn my legal documentation. Much was lost to shame, really. This can be quite wearing on a person's faith. He seems to lose an inch, as he mentions Sigil. The vandal only damaged certain documents irreplaceable. Can you check to see if it still exists? Oh, yes, of course. It will take a moment. Very well. I'll wait. Oh, yes, fortunately, it was unharmed by the fire. Or could I collect it? I am the beneficiary. Of course, sign here, on the dotted line. There, right. There you are. It should be the last of the paperwork. Here's all the items that are in the vaults. One looks like a foundry receipt. Though quite an old one, to be sure. Did the deceased have something commissioned at the foundry? I don't really know. Perhaps I'm beginning to think just about anything is possible. Where is the foundry?
Updated my journal.
It's located in the lower ward, past the gate. Look for a number of goodsman guards at the gate, and you should be in the right place. Very well. Thank you for the directions. I'll go there now. Ooh. A rock, a receipt, and a kaleidoscopic gem. Recently stamped with the symbol of a goodsman, probably redeemable at the Great Foundry. Okay, cool. So I don't know what those two are. So let's just cross the street, go to the curio shop. She may be able to ID them for us. Identify these things for us. We have a strange rock. Stone Gullet of Lafal the Gross, unique artifact. Permanent +1 save to poison. Permanent -15 resistance to +15 resistance to acid. The Cooking Stone Gullet of Lafal the Gross is not well known as most artifacts tend to be. No wars have been waged over it. No betrayals. No epic journeys into the underworld. Only a few moralizing sorcerers. A fat man and his stomach. As the legacy goes, Lafal the Gross was said to have been a promising practitioner of the art. A sorcerer apprentice has done the last seers. Despite his skill, gluttony, during the last great massing, he involved in a dining thing. He ate a lot of food. When he finally died, his stomach was removed. Oh, hang on. However, during the last great massing, his peers had filled his wine goblet with an elixir of turning flesh to stone to teach him a lesson. He consumed such great amounts of food and drink, however, that it diluted the potion's effects. Right, so instead of turning him to stone, it just turned his stomach to stone. To use the artifact, you have to consume it. It has the consistency of stale bread, so it would turn the eater's stomach into stone. Devouring the stone gullet will grant the user the blessing of the stone and rock and slightest resistance to stomach acid. Interesting, okay. Kaleidoscopic gem. Invokes chromatic orb when held. +1 saving throws, only usable by good creatures. It's a shimmering jewel. It's actually the corpse of a radiant spirit from the upper planes of Elysium. Can be either wielded in the hand or placed in an empty eye socket, depending on whether its owner wishes to use it for defense or offense. When held by the user, may summon its powers to harness ambient light, twists, then turn it against the enemies. When placed in its owner's eye socket, it grafts itself onto the wielder's skull and helps shield the new owner. It absorbs a portion of the energies incoming. Okay.
I'm here.
Okay. Let's... Alright, so we're going to the...
Done.
The sensorium. Because apparently my former self left some stuff there. Going to the sensorium, the private sensorium. There we go. Alright. So maybe it has to do with these?
I'm gone.
Because I know these are basically diaries. Are they my diaries again? Because I know that the, what was it, the women in the brothel, they have their own diary rooms here.
I'm gone.
Inscription around the base of this sensory stone indicates it holds the experience a week-long hunting trek across the forests of Arborea. Okay, that doesn't seem like something for me. Sculpted appears to be melted in the pedestals, rest upon a stream of pure, perfect azure tears drip down the side, framing inscription beneath longing. As you place your hands upon the stone, its surface ripples beneath your touch. A chill washes over your arms like plunging your hands into a mountain stream. I will submerge in the experience. As your eyes close, you blink and reopen them. Your eyes are brimming with tears, and you are overcome with a terrible sensation of drowning. As the sensation rolls through you, there is a stirring in your breast, a hunger. Poisonous like a serpent biting into your heart until you feel as though your breast will explode. You want desperately to steady yourself, focus, but all that comes to your eyes are tears. I'll wipe the tears away. You raise your hand to wipe away the tears. Your hands are soft, delicate woman's hands. They brush the stray tears from your cheek and then cup them in your hand. Each of your tears like jewels shimmering in the lights. The lights are cast by candle globes that drift throughout your sanctuary. You have come to this place to gather your thoughts, to reflect on the past, with an eye towards the future, to cleanse the mind before the coming journey. Yet you cannot concentrate. Your thoughts remain in the present, trapped there by a terrible feeling that writhes in your breasts. What can this mean? Close my eyes and sigh. You close your eyes, but the words echo in your mind 100,000 times. Will he ever return? The sound of a whisper, an echo. Only you, only you. Yet you hesitated at the brink of the time's door, and he must have thought you afraid to go on. But you are not. You are afraid to stay, and the fear, the serpent, writhes in your breast again, its fangs biting into your heart, filling it to bursting with its poison. The tears come again, running down your cheeks in streams, his words echoing, "Only you, only you." Your eyes snap open. It is his voice. You whirl and you gasp. He stands powerful in the shadows, and he strides into the light of the drifting candle glows. And as you feel the serpent writhing and dying, he's returned. His face stern, but somewhere in those features you can almost see his pleasure at seeing you. And after all, he returned for... Oh... Only you can help me, Dianora. That's the ghost in the mortuary and the advocate's daughter. What's wrong of me to ask for your help? You speak, Dianora, yet it is you, grey-skinned like a statue, striding from the light. Are you that scarred? Your body looks like it has been bathed in knife blades. The wounds, the tattoos, horrible, yet you see through Dianora's eyes, and she sees... How can she see you in such a way? She put a cloak over your features. She sees you in such light, such troubled, longing light. For now, how can she feel such? I will try to refocus. You feel your vision tearing, doubling, until you are that man striding for the light. It is you, but not you. You feel yourself being torn. It is Dianora's experience, but at the same time, it's also yours. I asked too much of you to accompany me. I have no right to ask you to place in such danger for my sake. It is your words, but they are a surgeon's words, chosen with cold skill, without a trace of emotion. With every word, you feel yourself sneering inside, knowing that the stricken girl will see next through her long-stained eyes. And who are you, that person, that man twisting her with your words? So you're a manipulating bastard? Not knowing how powerful they are to her, like bolts from a ballista piercing her breast. Yet she sees only relief at your return. How can she feel and not know you mean to? I've come to ask your forgiveness, Dianora. I shall return to you as soon as I am able. Your vision tears up again, doubling and bleeding until you are facing yourself again, trying desperately to speak. To warn Dianora that this is not a man but a creature that kills for his own need. He doesn't care about you, but you are a tool to him, and a tool he needs to. But Dianora speaks, and you cannot stop it. I will place myself in 1,000 dangers, embrace eternity for you, my love. I'm not afraid. Listen to me. I will accompany you through the plains themselves. Though the plains themselves should bar the way, you feel yourself shattering relief and satisfaction. His satisfaction at her words, knowing she would say them, always knowing, and her admission of love is like the slamming of a portcullis across your heart. Trapped, she is yours, but you must be certain. So you drive the nail home. The way is dangerous, and you have to be strong, far stronger than you are now. Swimming through her mind, relief and a wave of relief at the end, yet longing for him more than his words, not noticing his manipulations. All you need is to be strong, and his path shall be one with yours. Your thoughts are like fires, for you can be strong, stronger than he knows, and you know no fear. You will die for him. I can be strong, my love, I will. Her words slide from him like water. The serpent at her breast, the one piercing her heart with its poison, has been replaced by his serpent in the flesh. This serpent in the flesh. He sees nothing of this, and next to his words are planned carefully. I can't tell if it will succeed, but I'll do my best to protect you, and I will expect nothing less of the same from you. You may be required to make some sacrifices at the final terrible word. At that final terrible word, you feel yourself being torn apart. He means her harm. He means you harm. For you are her, and that means to hurt her. Yet you need her to be harmed, and that you want to scream at her that she's in danger. Run, run. Of course, my love, life is sacrifice. This I have learned. You, she, her. You speak the words, and in it you feel yourself dying inside. You are a spectator, and you have watched a woman die, for the words are a death sentence. Yet still she speaks. I left a legacy in my father's keeping, my love. Ask for the 6, the 3rd, the K, and the S in it. I bequeath everything to you. It's not much, but with it I left.
Updated my journal.
I wave in irritation, watches over you, and you clench your teeth to prevent irritation from crossing your features. Must she always continue to prattle even though you don't prompt her? Must she be... Oh, jeez, what a bastard. Come now, I cannot die, Dianora. There is no need for such foolishness. She's overcome with fear. Fear that revolts you, and then fear wells up inside her. You are to watch him frown, and you hasten to correct him. He must know the reason, and know the wisdom behind them, and so... I know I can often act foolish, my love, but you said yourself that you can forget things when you are badly hurt, and there are things in the legacy that could help you remember should you forget yourself. Okay.
Updated my journal.
You coldly regard her with your own eyes, tracing your gaze along her furrowed brow, wrinkled with worry and desperation. She has acted as you expected, yet there is something in what she says. Perhaps, yet I hope nothing in this legacy is of value. I do not want you to leave anything here for some... okay. Her illusion is shattered just for a moment, and you watch silent as the emotion falls to the ground, splintering like silver glass. Such casual statement, yet even Dianora sees that you hope, just for a moment, you hope that she sees him for what he is, the serpent. And your hope dies as in her eyes the emotion is rebuilt, slivers being drawn from the ground, illusion rebuilt, but the slight slither of pain remains, and he thinks you have done something foolish, yet you did it for him, and you must make amends. But how? So this is a very abusive relationship. You must convince him a legacy is unimportant, but it isn't. It isn't. It's everything. The legacy, my love, it's just a few things to help you. The scythe of words fall into air so quick and sharp. A legacy. The things you do, Dianora, such romantic gestures. No matter. No, you have driven him away again. Jeez. Would you wish to have, to leave a legacy, my love, for yourself, for anyone that would want it? It might help you remember. A legacy for myself, not likely. The things I would leave for myself would not be safe in some advocate's office. But enough of this, we must leave. He's leaving, you must make him remain, and the experience swirls around you. Spiraling towards the final scene, the question she wants to ask you. Don't ask, Dianora. Don't ask. Be silent. Be silent. My love, before you go, his anger, his irritation. What now, girl? Before I go, it looks like I am in no danger. Desperate, drowning. Say it, say it. She wants to speak it. Do you want to come with me, my love? The rush of emotion. Of course she wants to come. I would not have asked you to come with me if I did not want your company. You know how I feel about you. It's cold silence in his mind, hissing as though... I love you, Dianora. And you want to scream, and you feel the lie wash over her like a radiance. It's a shadow of truth, a serpent's kiss. Cry with joy, frustration disappear. The emotion... Jeez. Anna is watching you terrified. You're right. Yes, I just need a moment. She's silent, staring at you, hypnotized. Your blood drips upon the floor. What'd you see? What'd you see in there? Longing. Anna frowns, confused. Hi, I'm not longing to break your stone. No, just a moment. I'll be fine. Especially if you want to hurl the memory of the experience from you, you hold it fast because you know it's important to remember it. It was you in that experience, it was Dianora's experience, but because it was you, your memories flooded you and you could feel both sides at once. Bloody hell. Well, that's what we call an exposition dump, so... Yeah, you're a very abusive, manipulating man who was using this woman, making her think that you loved her when you really didn't. Boy, I'm gonna go see her dad then. Because she left a legacy, so maybe...
All right.
Greetings, Yanis. I had some questions for you. There's a sensory stone in the sensorium that contains a fragment of your daughter's experiences. That is? But which one? You must tell me. It's one of the Sensate's sensory stones. You know the Sensate you could not gain access. I must find a way. Perhaps make an exception for her father. I can speak to someone. I'm certain they would make an exception.
Updated
in your case.
my journal.
If you could, that would be most grateful. Yeah, I'll go do that first, then I'll talk about... Back we go! We welcome you once more to the Civic Hall. How may we help you? Oh, I'd like to buy something from the Sensate Vaults. I didn't know that was a thing there. I had another question. There's a man, Yanis, whom I was hoping would gain temporary access to the private sensorium. And what reason would we allow such a thing? One of the stones contains a fragment of his daughter's experiences. She died far from home, not having seen him in a long while. He mourned her loss deeply.
Updated my journal.
Yes, we shall allow Yanis to enter the private sensorium. Well escorted, of course. I mean, tell him he has permission. Thanks, Splinter. I had another question. Let me get back to that menu. Sensate Vaults. Ah, cool. Stuff I can buy. Back to Yanis.
All right. I'm gone.
At last. We're able to convince them to grant you access to the sensorium. Yeah, they agree to give you access to your daughter's sensory stone. Thank you, sir, thank you. I'm in your debt. No trouble, Yanis, please. Go see the experiences of your daughter. I think they might ease your memories.
Updated my journal.
Greetings, Yanis. Questions? Advocate. Yes, I've come to collect the legacy of a young woman. Yes, there it is there. My daughter has known you then. Hold on a moment.
Updated my journal.
I'll let him read the note. Oh, hang on, so is it? All the articles are accounted for. Here are, if I may. It says, I'll let him read. I promise you shall have a chance to look at them for now. Perhaps there is something else you can help me with. Here's her legacy, as promised. Takes the scroll and studies it, and has a long silence. You meant very much to my daughter, and she was willing to give up her life for you. I believe that was the case.
Updated my journal.
I appreciate your kindness. I mourn the loss of your daughter, and I hope her words give you some comfort. Farewell. Ooh. Healing scroll, legacy. My love, if you're reading this, then the tragedy I have seen has come to pass. I have died, and you have remained as of the lost. Know this, my love. I know why you were forced to shield your feelings from me. You sought to protect me from the terrible burden you carry with you. The distance you kept between us was your way of protecting me, and the brief moments when you were alone and you let your feelings be known, that was when I knew you cared for me. Carry no regrets with you. Carry no guilt. For I came with you on your haunted journey of my own accord, and no matter how death came for me, I know that you did everything in your power to save me. Our lives are intertwined, my love, and death shall not be a wall between us. For my sight has been seen what to come, only in staccato segments. But it is enough for me to know that we will be separated for a time, but we shall reconcile again. Thus do not see my death as a farewell, but only as an interval before we meet again. Carry my ring with you and those other pieces of me, and think of me. Keep me in your mind and heart, and that will be a beacon that brings us together forever, Deonora. I'm sad now. Deonora's wedding ring. +1 to all save. It radiates a slight glow. Wow. Healing scroll. Heals 33 hit points. Nice. There's her legacy. More, you got that. Well, damn. Alright.
I'm gone.
I guess let's go and try and collect whatever it was we had built. Goodsman guard.
I'm gone.
These are the people we need to speak to. I'm here to pick up an order. You may see my receipts. Oh, thank you, sir. A clerk you seek holds office in the southern wall of the foundry. Thank you for your patronage. Opens the gate. Alright. Awesome. Inside, everybody.
I'm gone.
The southern wall. Here? You see, it was an old man with trembling hands and a cunning face. He looks over you over carefully and speaks. Yeah, I've seen you before. You seem familiar to me somehow. I suppose it's possible. I'll never forget a face. It'll come to me. Debator. Do you remember where? It's important to me. Not so fast, lad. It takes a while. It takes a while for the mind to warm up to the tasks like this. I've lived a long time, and I've seen a lot more faces in that time. It ain't so easy to remember. Memory's a fleeting thing, and that's some you can bank on. Before replying, you muttered, yeah, tell me about it, bud. No, don't worry about it. I'm here to pick up an item. Yeah, the receipt. I need the receipt or I can't get you anything. Yes, I do. The old man takes the receipt from you, scrutinizes it. This thing's over 100 years old. How'd you come by it? I left it for myself, but I got busy. That's a good one. I bet you were busy. He passes over his armor. There you go. Treat this work with care, will you? That I will. I had some more questions for you, though. Do you still remember where? No. Here for the forge. Farewell. Alright. So where did I leave myself? Curious ironwork. Oh, let's go take this back to the curio shop.
All right.
To... Oh, actually, what's this place all about? Hey, look, Norden. Some of your ancestors. I see a short one with slight horns in her forehead, ears that curve sharply back to her skull. She smells faintly of sulfur. Oh, greetings, what can I do for you? What's going on here? Taking a huge, very, very secret contract that no one is taking out practically all our resources. We maintain a small operation for the day-to-day items. But the other orders, right now, the foundry is devoted to filling out that contract. But they're asking it, because I won't tell you. Alright. So you feel about this? Very well. Okay. Secret project, Alright. Let's just go get this identified. Charms. Yeah, sell that gold ring. I don't need that anymore. ID. Yes. Unfolding portal. With this shimmering piece of filigree metalwork. You have no idea where it goes right now, but it must be important. Ah, right. So this is how I get into the... Ah, awesome. Cool. So I've got this and this. So I'm guessing I use this. You get the feeling that you probably ought to make sure you have everything you need. You might not be back to Sigil for a very long time. Alright. Cool. I will fold it up and put this away. Okay, so let's go and get ourselves ready then. So let's just go sell off everything we need and get ourselves as much equipment as we possibly can. I will be right back. Alright, so I've gone through, I have cleaned out the inventory, I've purchased as many charms as I possibly can for all the copper commons that we've got. I've sold off all the junk that we don't really need. I picked up a few other bits and pieces, also cleaned out the journal bits and pieces. They weren't anything interesting, so don't worry about it, you didn't miss anything. And... yeah, now we are ready to activate this portal. And here we are in Ravels Maze, and that is where we are going to leave today's session. So thank you all very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. I have been your humble host, Tim, and be sure to come back for the next session of Planescape Torment. Bye.